Now see, we start chapter number 7, that is probability. Okay. Standard 12, semester 3. See, you have learned in 11 science also the probability. But in 11 science you have learned simple probability, language of probability, different types of event, some theorems, everything you have learned for simple probability. You have learned two types of definition in probability, classical definition and axiomatic definition. Okay. Now, in 12 science you are going to learn a new type of probability, and that is the conditional probability. What we are going to start? Conditional probability. Now, how this conditional probability is different from that simple probability? What is difference between probability and conditional probability? See, for that I can give you a simple example. Suppose you be a finite sample space of random experiment, S be its power set, and A and B are any two events. Okay. Now if it is given that event A has already occurred, and then you are asked to find out the probability of event A. Now due to occurrence of event B, there is change in probability of A. That change probability of A due to occurrence of event B, each called conditional probability of A relative to B, and it is denoted by P bracket में A by B. So see, let U be the finite sample space of random experiment. Okay. You know what is sample space, what is random experiment, everything. You have learned this language, you have learned in 11 science. And S be its power set. Okay. And you have learned any function P from S to R, we call it as a probability function, if it satisfied the three postulates that you have learned. Now here, let A and B are two events. Okay. If it is given that event B has already occurred, Now due to occurrence of event B, there is change in probability of A. If it is given that event B has already occurred, then probability of event A each called conditional probability of A relative to B. It is denoted by P of A by B and defined as P of A by B is equal to P of A intersection B upon PB. PB is not 0. This is definition of conditional probability of A relative to B. मतलब due to occurrence of event B, there is change in probability of A, and that change probability of A is called conditional probability of A relative to B, denoted by P of A by B, defined as P of A intersection B upon PB. So simple way I can write it as n of A intersection B upon NB. Here event B will be considered as a sample space. And number of elements in A intersection B of A intersection B are taken as a favorable to A by B. Now similarly, if I want to define P of B by A has already occurred and you are asked to find out probability of B, then it is denoted by P of B by A. It is defined as P of B intersection A upon P. PA is not 0. Now this, if you want to get a clear-cut idea of this, if you want to understand conditional probability in detail, then let us try to understand this sum. For example, in a class, in a school, there are, in a class, not school, in a class, there are 40 students, okay? Out of 40 students, 3 are Atul. 3 students have their name Atul. And 5 are Bhatt. Matlab 5 have their surname Bhatt. And out of 3 Atul, 1 Atul is Bhatt. This is the information given to you. Out of 40 students in a class, 3 are Atul, 5 are Bhatt and 1 Atul is Bhatt. Let A is an event of selecting Atul. One boy is selected and suppose A is an event of selecting Atul and B is an event of selecting Bhatt. Then as far as simple probability is concerned, you know probability of A is R by N. R matlab favorable cases to A, N matlab total outcomes. Total outcomes are 40 and 3 are favorable to Atul. So PA is 3 by 40 and PB is 5 by 40, okay? These are called simple probability. Unconditional probability. There is no condition, okay? But if it is given that event B has occurred, matlab the management has decided that Bhatt is to be selected. It is pre-decided that Bhatt is to be selected. And you are asked to find out probability of selecting Atul. When it is already decided, Bhatt has to be selected. So my P of A by B is now I have to consider B as a sample space. So from 5 Bhatt 1 Atul is Bhatt. So P of A by B is 1 by 5. From 5 Bhatt 1 Atul is to be selected from those 5 Bhatt. Because 1 Atul is Bhatt. Suppose there are 2 Atul who are having their surname Bhatt. Right? Then my P of A by B will be 2 by 5. Clear? So this change in probability. Previously PA was 3 by 40. And due to occurrence of event B, there is change in probability of event A. So the change probability we call it as a conditional probability. And this change in probability of A, previously it was 3 by 40. Now it is 1 by 5. Why this change occurred? Due to occurrence of event B. Clear? Clear? So P of A by B is 1 by 5 and P of A is 3 by 4. This change is due to occurrence of event B. So here B will be taken as sample space. So in B there are 5 members. So sample space I consider as 5. And out of them, 1 Atul is Bhatt. So favorable cases are only 1. So P of A by B is 1 by 5. Suppose I want to find out P of B by A. When it is pre-decided that Atul is to be selected. Okay. They have pre-decided that Atul has been selected. It is given that Atul is to be selected. And you are asked to find out probability of selecting Bhatt. Then A will be taken as sample space. So there are 3 Atul. Out of 3 Atul, 1 Atul is Bhatt. So it is 1 by 3. Actually PB is 5 by 40, 1 by 8. And P of B by A is 1 by 3. Again this change in probability of B is due to occurrence of event A. Clear? So PB and P of B by A are not equal. So with this example, you can get very clear-cut picture about simple probability and conditional probability. Conditional probability matlab due to occurrence or non-occurrence of one event. There is change in probability of occurrence or non-occurrence of other event. Then we can say that probability of another event when one event has already occurred is called conditional probability of one event relative to another event. So now you are clear about conditional probability. Let me discuss some more example. See, suppose I will give you one more example of conditional probability. See, in a box there are 100 memory cards. It's the illustration of your textbook. Cards of mobile phone, okay? Out of them, 10 cards have defect of type A. 10 cards have defect of type A. Then 5 cards have defect of type B and 2 cards have defect of type C. 10 cards have defect of type A, 5 cards have defect of type B and 2 cards have defect of both type C. 2 cards have defect of both type. 2 cards have defect of both type A and B. Clear? A and B. Now you are asked to find out, first question, find the probability that a card to be drawn at random has B-type defect. Has B-type defect. Under the condition that it has an A-type defect. Do you understand the question? Find the probability that a card to be drawn at random has B-type of defect under the condition that it has an A-type of defect. So I am asked to find out P of B by A. Clear? What is my given data? P of A is given as, it is not given, we can find out. P of A is 10 by simple probability, 10 by 100. P of B is, what is given? 5 by 100. And P of A intersection B is given as 2 by 100. Clear? I find out simple probability by the definition, classical definition of probability, which we have learned in 11th science. PA is R by N is 100, R is 10. PB is R by N, R is 5, N is 100. And P of A intersection B is R by N, R is 2, N is 100. But you are asked to find out P of B by A. So according to definition of P of B by A, formula is P of B intersection A, P of B intersection and P of A intersection B are same, because intersection is commutative. So P of B intersection A I write 2 by 100 and P of A I write as 10 by 100. So my answer is 2 by 10. So it is 1 by 5C. Due to occurrence of event A, there is change in probability of B, and that is 1 by 5. Previously it was 5 by 100. PB was 5 by 100, that is 1 by 20. Now it has changed. Now it is 1 by 5, that is due to occurrence of event A. Clear? Another question is, they ask you to find the probability that a card to be drawn at random has A-type defect, under the condition that it has an B-type defect. So second question they have asked is P of A by B, and it is defined as P of A intersection B upon PB, and it is 2 by 100 upon PB is 5 by 100. So now it is 2 by 5. Again, P of A was 10 by 100, so 1 by 10. Now P of A by B is 2 by 5. The probability has been changed. Why it has been changed? Due to occurrence of event B. So these are called conditional probability of one event relative to another event. जो इवेंट ऑलरेडी अकर है वो नीचे जाएगा, जो इवेंट अकर होने वाली है वो ऊपर जाएगा. क्लियर? सो आई थिंक यू आर वेरी मच क्लियर अबाउट conditional probability. Now see, we have learned that if any function from S to R is a probability function, if it satisfies three postulates, you have learned in your 11th science the axiomatic definition of probability. So here I will check whether my conditional probability satisfied my all three postulates or not. First postulate is probability should be greater than or equal to 0. Here my P of A by B is P of A intersection B upon PB. And you know PB should not be 0. Then and then this definition is defined. You know very well P of A intersection B is always greater than or equal to 0. Clear? P of B is always greater than 0 because it won't be 0. So naturally my this P of A by B always greater than or equal to 0. So my postulate 1 is satisfied by my conditional probability. Now second, clear? This here I have applied postulate number 1 of simple probability, and here I proved postulate number 1 of conditional probability. Now second, if I take A is equal to U, then what is your P of U by B? It is P of U intersection B upon PB. PB is not 0. So it is P of B upon P of B. So it is 1. So my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability also satisfies my postulate 2. And third is my conditional probability. If A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 and A2 are 1, then my P of U by B is 1. So my conditional probability, if A1 and A2 are 2 and A1 म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स याद आ रहा है 11 साइंस का? म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव इवेंट्स. Then P of A1 union A2 by B. I want to prove that is equal to P of A1 by B plus P of A2 by B. Then I can say my conditional probability has satisfied postulate 3 also. So by 1, 2 and 3 I can say my conditional probability is a probability function. When it is a probability function, it satisfies all the properties of probability. Conditional probability also satisfied all the theorems or all the property of simple probability. Okay. So P of A1 union A2 by B, I can write is P of A1 union A2 intersection B by definition upon P of B. Proof is not in your syllabus. Okay. P of A1 intersection B union A2 intersection B. But A1 and A2 are mutually exclusive. So A1 intersection B and A2 intersection B are also mutually exclusive. So I can write the postulate 3 of simple probability. Clear? So it is taken as P of A1 intersection B by PB plus P of A2 intersection B by PB. So I will be getting P of, by definition of conditional, this is P of A1 by B and this is P of A2 by B. So my conditional probability also satisfied my postulate 3. So by 1, 2 and 3, I see that my P of A by B satisfied all the 3 postulates. Postulates of probability function, okay? Therefore, can I say that conditional probability is also a probability function? Therefore, conditional probability is also a probability function, okay? So it satisfied all the properties of probability function. First is P of A by B can be written as 1 minus P of A by B. Clear? This is my first properties of conditional probability, because its conditional probability is a probability function. So all the theorems of probability are satisfied by conditional probability also. Second is P of A1 union A2 by B. Suppose A1 and A2 are not mutually exclusive. Then addition rule is P of A1 by B plus P of A2 by B minus P of A1 intersection A2 by B. But if A and B, A1 and A2 are mutually exclusive events, then A1 intersection A2 is null and P of null is 0. So I can have a third postulate. Okay. So all the results which we have learned in 11th for a simple probability are also true for conditional probability. Okay. So both these addition rule and this probability of complement event is 1 minus probability of event is true for conditional probability also. Clear? Now I will discuss about, I will start multiplication rule. What? Multiplication. This is the addition law. Multiplication rule for conditional probability. Okay. What is a multiplication rule? See, we know that P of A by B is P of A intersection B by PB. Okay. And P of B by A is P of A intersection B by PA. These are the two definitions of conditional probability. If I cross multiply, I am going to get P of A intersection B is P of, you do cross multiplication in number 1. P of A intersection B is PB into P of A by B. Or I can say it is also PA into P of B by A. So it's the product of two probability. Suppose B occur first, then probability of B is a simple probability. But probability of A is a conditional. Because B के बाद A occur होगा. So first B occur, so B has no effect of A. But A has effect of B. So it's a product of two probability, one is a simple and one is a conditional. So these are called multiplication rule of probability. For P of A and B, I applied addition rule. And for P of A intersection B, I can apply multiplication rule. P of A intersection B is PA into P of B by A or PB into P of A by B. These are called multiplication rule of probability. Clear? P of A intersection B can be written as PB into P of A by B or PA into P of B by A. It's a product of two probability. One is simple and one is conditional. If A occur first, then B occur relative to A. When B occur first, then A occur relative to B. So this is called conditional probability of, or a multiplication rule of probability. Suppose I want to generalize. Suppose there are 3 events and I want to find out multiplication rule of 3 events. Then if A occur first, then it's a simple. Then B occur under A, relative to A. And C occur under A and B both. Suppose B occur first, then A occur. So A occur relative to B and C occur relative to both A and B. पहली event simple, दूसरी event conditional with condition, one event has been occurred. And third probability is a conditional probability where both event occur. Clear? So this is multiplication rule for 3 events. Okay.